Good morning, students. Hope everyone are fine. Right? So, in the last class, I had sent one PDF. In that, in exercise number 1.5, right? Okay. In exercise number 1.5, I solved the third main, fourth main, fifth main, as well as the sixth main. Up to sixth main, we solved in the last class only. Now, we'll solve the seventh main. Okay. So, exercise number 1.5 right here, 1.5 in that seventh one. So exercise number 1.5 in seventh. What is the seventh question they given here? Read the question properly, everyone. That is, write any five three-digit numbers which, when rounded off to the nearest hundreds, give a 400. Okay, when you round off that numbers, the answer must be a 400. Like that, you have to write the any five three-digit number. Examples you have to write here. So after 350, after 350 to before 400, write any number, any five number. That will be the correct answer. Right? If you write the before 350, then it is nearer to 300. Right? If you write the after 350, it will always nearer to which value? It is nearer to the 400. So after 350, write any five numbers. It's your wish. There is no restriction. Okay. So I'll write here that will be 368, 396 and 378 and 389 as well as the 356. These are the five numbers I written. Okay, you can choose any one. In between 350 to 400, whatever the numbers you can write. Only five numbers you have to write. That is the example for that one. Because if we rounded off these numbers to the nearest 100, what is the answer you will get here? The answer is 400. Like that, we have to write the any five three-digit numbers they are asking, and we return those numbers. Okay. So next one, eighth main. What is the eighth main they given here? Write any five four-digit numbers which, when rounded off to the nearest thousand, gives the 7,000. Okay. So I'll write here in between 350 to 400. Write any numbers. Any numbers. Any numbers in between 350 to 400. You can write here. Okay. Next, eighth one. When they rounded off to 1000, the answer should be 7000. Then what is the middle number here? 6500. Right. So write here any number in between 6500 to 7000. You can write in between these numbers. So what is the answer? I'll write here 6800, 6856, 6762, next 6936 and 6747, like that. Okay. In between 6500 to 7000. Write any five numbers. All are correct only. Okay. So next, ninth main. Write any five digit numbers which, when rounded off to the nearest 10,000, gives the 80,000. 80,000 means what is the middle number here? 80,000 means it is a 70,000 to 80,000. What is the middle number? 75,000. Right. So here ninth one. Any number in between the 75,000 to 80,000. So in between any number that is 75,000 to 80,000. So what is the answers here? That will be the 74,000. Not 74. Sorry. 76,000 and 77,585. In between, after 75,000 till 80,000, write any five numbers. It's your wish. Okay. So I'm just writing all the examples. You can write any another number also here. 366, 79,467, next 76,000, 856. So these are the 5 numbers I written here. You can write any number in between this, again like this here also, and again here like this. Okay, you can write any 5 numbers, it's your wish. Next one, 10th one, last. Write any 5 6 digit numbers when rounded off to the nearest lakhs gives the 6 lakh. So 6 lakhs means it must be lies between the 5 to 6 lakh only. What is the middle number here? 5 lakh 50,000. So the number must be present in the 5 lakh 50,000 to 6 lakh. In between 5 lakh 50,000 to 6 lakh, write any 6 numbers, then you will get the answer, that one. Okay. So 10th one. 10th one. So any number in between 5,50,000 to 6 lakh. Okay. Any number in between the 5,50,000 to 6 lakh, that you have to write here. See, I will write the examples like this. 54,000. Next, 5,63,000. 5 lakh. Okay. 5,78,000. 5,89,000. 5,96,000. So these are the examples. When you round it off to the nearest lakh, you will get answer as a 6 lakh only. Getting everyone? Yes. So we finished the exercise number 1.5, as well as we finished with the first chapter. Okay. So after that you are having here exercise problems, and don't solve the exercise problems. Leave that, because all the exercise we solve, no? So whatever the problems they given in the 1.1 to 1.5, that problems only they given again in the exercise. They mixed all the exercise together and they given only one exercise for the whole chapter. Okay, so just to try to solve that to yourself only in a SW. Don't solve in the CW, just solve in the SW. Okay, so we finished the first chapter. Next we'll move to the second chapter now. What is the second chapter they given here? Playing with the numbers. Okay, playing with the numbers. Okay, they given on BODMAS rule here. According to the BODMAS rule, we have to solve. And in this chapter, what are the things we'll study means here? Playing with the numbers. Open the second chapter, playing with the numbers. In that playing with the numbers, we are having the points here. So here, that is first we'll see the order of operations. After that, simplification. Next, the factors and multiples. After that, prime, composite, even and odd numbers. Next thing is the criteria of divisibility rules. Okay, already we learned divisibility rules in 5th standard, right? Divisibility of 2, divisibility of 3, like that. Okay, in 5th standard, I think you learnt about only till 8. Divisibility of 8 you learnt, but in this 6th standard you will learn the up to 11 or 12, I think. Okay, so next one we are having a prime factorization, and to find the HCF, LCF, and relation between the LCM and HCF. All those things you study in this second chapter, that is playing with the numbers. You know already how to take a HCF, how to take the LCM. Okay, if you already forgotten those things, just go through your 5th standard textbook. Everyone, I am telling here. Okay, so already you have a 5th standard textbook, right? So just go through that. Already you learned the LCM, how to find the LCM and how to find the HCF. Okay, you must study all those things, then only you will understand this chapter. Otherwise it's a very difficult to understand this second chapter. Getting everyone? Yes. So again here in page number 20, Okay, once again. And one the quotation they given here. What is that quotation? Wait, somewhere I saw that perfect number. Okay, they given here some quotation in page number 20 only, right? In page number 20 they given one quotation. What is that quotation they given here? A perfect number is like a perfect man or a very rare, right? Perfect number like a perfect man are very rare, right? So what is a perfect number? Is there any perfect number? Yes, it is. We are having the one perfect number. What is the meaning of perfect number? We'll see in the next class. Because while studying the what that things, wait, in this chapter only that will come here. Okay. So perfect number comes at here. Okay, Baba. Just now I saw that one. Yeah. Before 2.3 it is having one definition here. Before 2.3, that is page number 27, we are having the definition of the perfect number. Means you have to take the if a number is 7, take the factors of the 7. What are the factors of 7? If you know the factors and multiples, then only you can find the whether it is a perfect number or not, like that. Okay. So first find the factors. After finding a factor, leave the 7 factor, because 7 is itself a factor, right? So leave the 7. So just add the other factors. Okay, other than the 7, add all the factors. If you are getting answer as a, that is sum as a 7 only, then it is a perfect number. Otherwise it is not a perfect number. Okay, but very rare cases will get like that. Okay, for that reason they told one quotation like that, that is a perfect number like a perfect man, and it is a very rare. Rare means what? Almost we can say for a total 100 out of only one person, like that. Okay, it's a very rare. We can't get all the mans are perfect in like that, all the numbers are perfect. Okay, very in very rare cases we'll get the only one as a perfect number. Okay, so it's a very interesting concept, right? Yes. So next, see how the mathematics is applied to the day-to-day life. Mathematics is everywhere is there, mathematics, right? So just we don't know whether we are applying there, right? Again they applied here. We usually say the he is not a perfect man, he is not a perfect man, and everyone is not a perfect, like that, right? So like that only we are having perfect number also. So it's a very rare, like a perfect man, right? So again we applied the mathematics to the social life, right? So now we'll go through the some previous connect they given here. Page number 20, they given the some points here. That points are we already learnt in the fifth only. That points they given here. Just observe all the points here. First page number 20. In that first point is every number is a factor of itself. Yes, we know that one, right? Every number is a factor of itself. Means 2. The factor is also 2 also, right? So what are the factors of 2 here? Only 1 and 2. Again 2 is there, right? So every number is factor of itself. Okay, that is the first point. Next, second one. 1 is the factor of every number, right? So what are the factors of a 6? Again we'll say the 1. We'll start with the 1 only. So for that reason 1 is the factor of all the numbers. Okay, 1 is the factor of every number. Third point. What is the third point they given here? That is a factor of a number can never be greater than the number. Okay, remember these points properly. A factor of a number can never be greater than the number. If the number is 6 means the factor may not be greater than the 6. Understanding? The maximum factor is nothing but here 6. The highest factor is here 6 only. Okay, more than 6 we can't take that as a factor here. If we take the more than that number, then it will become a multiple. Okay, so see here, a factor of a number can be a factor of a number can never be greater than the number. Next one. A number of factors of a numbers are finite. Number of factors of numbers are the finite. Means factors are finite values. So we can count the factors here. Only finite number of factors will get. But for multiples, there will be a infinite number of multiples are there, because what is the multiple of 2? You can multiply 2 whole up to the infinity only, right? So 2 tens are 20, after 2 11s are 2 12s are 2 13s are 2 14s are, like that you can continue the whole numbers like that only, then we can't count, right? So for that reason multiples are always infinite, but factors are finite numbers. Always factors are the finite numbers. So please try to understand the difference between the factors as well as the multiples. Okay. If you know the difference between the factors as well as the multiples, then only you can solve easily. Otherwise it's a very difficult. Understanding? Next point is what? That is every number is the multiple of itself. In fact, every number is the smallest multiple of itself. Obviously, see here, what is the multiple of a 7? Multiple of a 7s are 7, 14, 21, like that we'll say, right? So what is the smallest multiple here? 7 only. So itself is the smallest multiple, but itself is the biggest factor. For factor, it is the biggest number. For multiple, it is the smallest number. Understanding difference between again factors and multiples. Next point. What is the next point here? 1 cannot be a multiple of any number except itself. Okay. So 1 is not be a multiple for all numbers. Only it is a multiple of only one number, not for the others. But 1 is a factor of every number. Factor 1 is a factor of every number, but 1 is not a multiple of every number. Getting everyone? Yes. Next point. Multiple of a number can never be less than the number. Multiple of a number can never be less than the number. Okay. So all numbers are greater than the number only. Multiples are always greater than the given number. It is not smaller than the given number. Okay. But factor is always a smaller than the given number. Okay. Next one. The number of multiples of a number are infinite. I told us already that numbers are infinite here. Next one. What is the next point they given here? The numbers 0 and 1 are neither prime nor composite numbers. Okay. The numbers 0 and 1 are the neither prime nor composite numbers. Hope everyone know what is the meaning of a prime numbers as well as the composite numbers. Prime numbers means the number which is divisible by 1 and itself is called as the prime numbers. The numbers which is divisible by the other numbers, they are called as the composite numbers. What are the prime numbers here? Examples: 1, 2, next 3, after that 5, next 7, right? Next will be the 9 is not, because 9 is divisible by 3, right? If it is divisible by another number, then it is not a prime, it is a composite number. Okay, in simple way we can say that number not present in the any tables, then we can say that numbers are the prime numbers. If it is present in the any other table, then we can't say it is not a prime number, it is a composite number. Getting? It is a simple definition I am telling. Okay, so it is not an actual definition. Just to understand easily, I am telling this one. Okay, so if that number present in the any one table, okay, then it is not the prime number. See here, 2. 2 is present in only two table. 2 ones are 2. In any other table containing a 2 number? No. Then it is a prime number. Now observe the 6. 6 is present in the 6 table as well as the 2 table, 3 table. Then it is not a prime. It is composite number because it is divisible by 2, it is divisible by 3, like that. If the number is divisible by any other number, then it is called as the what? Composite number. If it is not divisible by any other number, then it is called as the prime number. Hope you understand the meaning of a prime as well as the composite. Okay. So after that, so homework is here. Just write the difference between the what? Factors and multiples. That is also homework. Okay. Next year we are having a do you remember problems, that is page number 21, that is find the factors of the following numbers. You know already how to find the factors, right? So write the factors for the first main. Second main, which of these numbers have exactly 3 factors? Exactly 3 factors. If 2 factors, then don't write. See here, the 4 means here 2 into 2, that will be the not exactly 3 factors. Okay, next 36 also 2 into 3 6, again into 6 we can write 3 factors for the 36. Next 25, 5 5s are only 2 factors, then it is not having a exactly 3 factors. 15 also not, right? Next 49 7 sevens are 49, again into 1 you can also write. Then 5 2s are 10. Yes. After that, third main, choose all the numbers from following numbers that are not a multiple of a 6. Not a multiple of a 6 means it is not a divisible by 6 only. If the number is not a divisible by 6, that are not a multiple of a 6. Choose like that. Okay. Next, which of the following numbers are a prime? Fourth main, do the which are prime, which are not prime, that you have to select here. Okay. Next, fifth main, which of the following are the composite numbers? Composite numbers also you know already I told the definition, right? So according to the definition, check 39 whether 39 is a composite number. Yes, because 13 3s are 39. Then it is divisible by 13 also, it is divisible by 3 also, then it is a composite number. Right? If it is the number is divisible by any other number, then it must be a composite number. Okay. So next, sixth main, separate the even numbers and odd numbers. You know already even numbers as well as the odd numbers. Just separate that one. Okay. The homework is write the difference between the factor as well as the multiples. And second thing is solve the do you remember problems. That is the homework for you. Okay. Hope everyone know the homework. Once again I am telling, solve the do you remember problem, that is page number 21, and after that write the difference between the factors and multiples. Minimum 4 points you have to write. Difference between the factors as well as the multiples, minimum 4 points you have to write. That is the homework for you. In the next class again I will give all the differences, but just try to write it yourself. Only in HW, not in CW, I am telling. Okay. So we'll continue in the next class, that is order of operations and simplification of brackets. That will be continuing in the next class. Okay. Thank you everyone.